I am a sucker for a special edition. I love a pretty cover. I hate to say it, but I sometimes judge books by their cover. We're going to be reading some of my beautiful books and to see if they're as beautiful on the inside. The first book I'm going to be reading is The Run in the Holly Library. I've not really heard anyone talking about this, and I have to figure out if it's good. I finished The Run in the Holly Library and I really liked it. I didn't think I was going to. It was really good. This is an urban fantasy, which I am not a big fan of. It has to be done a certain way for me to enjoy it. This takes place in New York, and 13 years ago, monsters took over. The FMC is a gifted thief, and she gets hired on to break into this mansion, but she doesn't know that the home she's breaking into is the home of a monster. There is a treaty between monsters and humans where kind of like you can't commit a crime against each other or it breaks the laws of the treaty, and I think it's punishable by death. But instead of dealing with her, he tries to hire her because he has wards around his property and she broke in like it was nothing. So he's like, she's really talented. I gotta get this girl on my side. This was so good. I couldn't put it down. I haven't really heard anyone talking about this. I saw a bunch of people post when they first came out. They're like, look how pretty, look how pretty. Everyone's gonna buy it because it's so pretty. Which, me too. But I didn't see anyone actually reading it. I rated this 4.75. Very close to a 5-star. There were just a little bit of things that happened, especially towards the end, that didn't go how I thought it was going to. But the FMC in this is she's so cool. She's so strong. She's that girl. She's that girl. And I love her. He's hiring her on to commit a heist of sorts. And it takes place on the 3rd floor, which is like the underworld underneath New York where monsters hang out and do shady things. And she's trying to do all this while keeping her 2 best friends safe and out of trouble, which is a difficult task. I really liked it. And I'm excited for the next one. I don't know when it comes out. I believe it comes out this year. It ends on a little cliffhanger. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Like, I have my suspicions, but I'm also like, this could really go anywhere. I have no idea what's gonna happen next, but I really liked it. The next book I'm going to read is A Song to Drown Rivers. This edition is so pretty, but is the inside? That is the real question. The mind destroys, the heart devours. It says her beauty hides her deadly purpose. And this one is pretty short. I believe it's a standalone. Again, I have not heard anyone talk about this. I'm very excited to get into this one. So I started A Song to Drown Rivers, and I'm on chapter 5, and I'm really liking it so far. It's already pulling me in, grabbing my attention. So our main girl is one of the most beautiful girls in the village. She meets this guy. There's something about him. She knows that he's not from around here. And she continues to think about it until the next day he shows up on her doorstep. He is the king's military advisor, and he's come to ask her to marry the king of the rivaling kingdom, who is evil, and act as their spy on the inside. But she has no training, so she has to go and train for a couple of weeks with him, and it's really good so far. It's really keeping my attention. I had to stop reading to film this video, and I didn't want to. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm just saying, maybe there is something to judging a book by its cover. I'm gonna go read some more. Talk to you later. I finished A Song to Drown Rivers. Oh, this book is so amazing. It's a standalone. The writing was so good. It was so romantic, so heartbreaking. The ending made my soul leave my body. When I tell you I was no longer of this earth, I sat there like this. I like felt like an empty husk of a person, not being dramatic. I am wholeheartedly saying that. This book was amazing. And he's there to recruit her to act as a spy in the rivaling kingdom, to pretend to be the king, like one of the king's ladies that he's courting, and get him to fall in love with her so she can get intel and send it back to her kingdom so that they can kind of take over this tyrant king. This kingdom that she's being sent to is the reason why her sister is dead. So she's out for blood. She's like, yeah, send me in there. Gets trained. The man that she met, he is the general for the king and her kingdom. Of course, there's longing and they can't be together because she's being sent away. Oh my god, it's literally so good. It's just so beautiful, like so beautiful. The writing, the atmosphere, the everything. It's honestly, like, I haven't read a book like it. I have not read a book like it. Like, it might sound like it has some of the tropes or topics that are reused in a lot of romanticises or fantasies in this day and time, but it is not like them. I feel like I'm not doing it justice. Like, it is so crazy. I love her character. She's so smart. She's like constantly thinking like 5 steps ahead. I love the general. They match each other intelligence wise. The ending, I read it and I was like, this can't be. This cannot be what happens. Insane. Like, actually crazy. I want to tell everyone and talk to everyone about it, but I don't know anyone who's read this. So if you've read it, please let me know so we can talk about it. And if you haven't read it, you need to read it so we can talk about it. I have read 2 books so far in this video and I've loved both. This one is definitely a new favorite of mine. I need to reread it right now, actually. It's just amazing. I'm like actually speechless. Like, this book is one of my new all-time favorites. This is her first adult novel, but I need her to release another adult fantasy as soon as possible. Like, I need her to. Like, please, queen, I need it, and I need an advance copy. Yeah, please. Like, I will literally, I don't know, give you my kidney. I really don't know. Like, I'll do anything. It's such an amazing tale of like survival and sacrifice. The characters are so complex. It has a perfect balance of forbidden love and politics. This is like one of my 6-star books. The next book that I read for this video is Sleep Like Death. This edition is so pretty. It's a Snow White retelling. This is the Owl Crate edition. And it is so pretty. End papers are beautiful. Reversal jacket. So pretty. And then the naked hardcover. Crazy. Now, with that being said, I didn't like it. And that makes me upset. But I think that this author is very hit or miss for me. I read Cinderella is Dead by this author and I liked it. There were some aspects that were kind of boring and dragged and the writing was a little juvenile. I liked aspects of it enough to rate it. I think I rated it like 3.5. Then I read This Poison Heart by this same author and I liked that one a lot more. The story was a lot better. There were aspects that I didn't like, which I talked about in that video. I did overall like it, and I heard not good things about this book. I believe this might be her latest release, and it was more juvenile than any of the books I read by her. It just felt so young. I was like 40% in and really not even anything happened, like anything of interest, at least. It's like very loosely based on Snow White. It's like her mother has a looking glass and like people make deal with this evil king. It was just so boring. And I really hate to say that because this book is so pretty and I did like This Poison Heart by this author. So I think maybe I just don't like her Disney retellings. Maybe that's just the case because This Poison Heart is not, but Cinderella is Dead obviously is. So maybe I just don't like those by her. It just felt very messy. The characters' relationships did not feel developed at all. The romance that happens in this, it's like, when did that even occur? When did the romance even happen? I don't see it, I don't feel it. It's just like you're telling us it's happening. It's like you can't feel that it's happening. So sadly, I'm reading this one 2 stars. The final special edition I'm going to read is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. I just got this in the mail. It's beautiful. Let's take a moment. Oh my god. Wow. Matches the sprayed edges. Beautiful design. Love One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. Those are like top tier books for me, so I am extremely excited to read this. I have very high hopes and I'm thinking it's gonna be a real good one. The whole video just might be books that are just absolutely amazing. And hey, I want to be upset about it. I want to be upset. I finished The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick and I really liked it. I rated this 4.5 stars, but I'm gonna say it's between 4.5 and 5 stars because I'm gonna be completely honest. When new releases come out, 3 things that can happen when a new release comes out. One of them being I want to read it, but then I don't. For months to even a year because everyone is talking about it, like pressure to the point where I don't want to give in. Then there are new releases that I really want to read, but not as many people are talking about it. And then I'll read it right that second. I'll drop everything to read it. And then, of course, a book that is very hyped. Like, everyone and their mommy is talking about reading this book. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to read it because I don't want to get any spoilers. And I want to read it. I've been wanting to read this. Like, I'm so excited for it. And then I read it. And it's being forced down my gullet. Now, girl, who is forcing you? I ask myself. Nobody, but I feel that way and then I just kind of feel almost slumpy while I'm reading it. So I felt like I was a little bit forcing myself, which then makes me have that feeling. So that's why I'm saying 4.5 to 5. Don't know. Just know that I loved it. It follows these diviners, but they no longer have names. They just are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this follows 6, who is her real name is Sybil, can speak to the omens, to like foresee things that are going to happen in the future. They're just seen as these like divine beings, but they're girls that were like taken and forced to have this job essentially. A group of knights arrive at the cathedral, and one of them being Roderick. He's rude. She wants nothing to do with him. Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, so she needs to seek help on trying to figure out where they've gone. She goes to Roderick to do that. There's a gargoyle side character in this. Love, 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 love. So funny. Definitely like the comedic relief in this story. The atmosphere was amazing. Rachel Gillick is so good at writing the perfect like eerie atmosphere, and I would say this is definitely more of like an epic fantasy with like some romance sprinkled in, but I would not consider this a romantasy. The ending was crazy. There was so much going on in the ending. For like the last hour of me reading, I was like actually freaking because so much was going on. I feel like the story is very unique to anything I've read, so I would definitely recommend picking it up. So I read 4 books for this challenge, and 3 out of 4 of them I loved. All of these books are a 4.5 or higher. That's crazy. That is crazy. This one was a 2-star, so can't win them all. That is okay, but I would recommend picking up The Run in the Hollow Library, A Song to Drown Rivers, not enough people are talking about this one, and of course The Night and the Moth, but everyone's talking about this, so I feel like I don't even need to recommend it. I feel like so many books these days are getting like special editions, and I'm kind of hesitant to buy some of them because I've heard some not so great things, or I've read books that are so pretty but girl, the story ain't it. I love a pretty book, clearly. Clearly I love a pretty book, but it makes me upset when I get one and I read it and the story is leaving things to be desired. I might do another one of these because I still have a couple special edition books left to read. I don't have any book subscriptions. I buy these either for a discount, used, or They're like gifts given to me. I do lots of reading vlogs and challenges like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and find me on other socials. Thank you so much for watching.